And so it doesn't stop in October
no.
for you.
No.
You just keep going and keep going. It's inspiring. That's wonderful.
I-
Well, let's see. Let's talk a little bit about advice that you might have for people, especially support. You've talked about, the Race for the Cure, events that you have coming up. What other things can people do just to keep themselves, feeling supported during their time?
I think that they should, what helped me was find positive ways to get through it. I created events like Two Steppin' for the Tatas, and it kept me busy. It kept me like positive thinking that I'm going to help somebody else, and there's other people out there that are worse than me that need the help. So I created events. I volunteer a lot. I find people who are worse than me, like terminally ill patients, and I ask family members know to come to me, and they'll tell me like some things that they enjoy, like favorite football teams or baseball teams or musicians or authors, and I write to them, and sometimes they get great results. They get autographs and trips to the ballpark, or so that's something else I do on my own, and it's not, I don't fund it, and I just find the right people to talk to help them get through what they're dealing with, and give them a little bit of positive and hope.
Positive and hope. I know that you have 5 children, and you've only talked about 3. So let's talk about positive and hope. Tell us.
Okay.
I know there's 2 more.
Well, I had the 3 that went through it all the way with me, and then 2 years after my breast cancer, everything was settled, and I thought we were, trucking along. I had a scare. I thought I had I thought I had cervical cancer. And to my surprise, I was pregnant with twins, William and Lexi. And they're just my inspiration. They're my blessings after, this aftermath.
Absolutely.
They're my life after breast cancer.
Yeah,
So now I'm complete with a full house of 5 children.
And how, do I remember, how far along were you when you found out you were pregnant with the twins? Because I think this is even more a little shocking.
Right, I was 22 weeks along when we found them. Yes, and then I had them at 33 weeks, so it was the shortest pregnancy that I've known.
Most women are waiting to find out, what they're having, and you walk in, you find out you're pregnant. Do you want to know what they are? That's
shocking.
Wonderful.
Yes.
It's inspiring. I mean,
Right.
there is positive, there is hope, and I agree. I think that's what, kind of keeps people going, and, it helps support what they're going through.
Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned earlier that you were 29 years old when this happened, and that's pretty young. So we don't hear about that as frequently. And tell us what kind of support systems that young women like yourself can use, for these types of situations.
Well, almost 5-6 years ago when I went through it, it wasn't as open as it is now. It's amazing how open it is. So when I found out, they said don't go to the computer, but I just needed to know. And by accident, I found Young Cancer Coalition. It was a website that was just starting up. It was just starting up but rapidly growing. So I think I got there when there was like almost 2,000 women on it. And I would stay up at night because it was hard to sleep. So I would stay up at night and I would just read other women's stories, and like they would be on there asking questions or giving advice. So that was a great support for me. You would see the good, the bad, and the ugly on there, but it was where I could break down and cry at night, or get some positive stories and feel good, So Young Cancer Coalition is a great one to look up.
That's great. Are there any other? I mean, that I'm thinking after, now 5 years, it's probably grown a lot more than even 2,000 women.
Right.
And there's probably, I'm thinking, more out there. So, sometimes those types of resources online can actually really help.
Right. Exactly, like telling your story. I believe in that, and I'm here to help however I can.
And you are.
I love to, if people, you know, see me and want to talk to me, I would love them to email me, you know, and just say, hey, can you help me? This is what I'm going through, because I was there.
Yeah.
I like to help women that are in my shoes, and men.
Yeah. And you know what? We are going to provide your email at
Okay,
the bottom of our
that's
screen
great.
here. So anybody that does want to contact you, reach out. Even if they're looking for resources or they just need an ear, I know that you are there. And everything that we've done together, you're always out there giving your phone number, giving your information out there. So that's truly what makes you an inspiration.
Thank you.
Well, we're going to start wrapping this up, but I do want to ask one other thing, and I think this is truly important. We know that it's really helpful to detect things early. What are some things that women and men can do to go ahead and detect this early on?
Well, they definitely need to do self-breast exams. I truly believe in them. I wish I was a little more adamant about it myself, but they really need to start around 18 to start doing self-breast exams. And if they don't know how to do it, they need to ask their gynecologist, and if they have family history, they really need to be more aware and do self-exams. If they need to go for mammograms, if the doctors feel like they, have something to worry about, if they have family history, and if their mothers had it, or their aunts, it's really important. Mammograms are definitely, if you're due for your mammogram, please go get it. Tell your family and friends to, do self-exams and get their mammograms.
I think that's great, and I think the idea to spread the word, is really important too.
Right.
And just let your sisters, all of them know, family members too.
It's important because no doctor knows you like you.
Exactly.
And doctors can make mistakes. It's, they're only natural, but you really need to be doing this yourself and know your body. And if you feel like something's wrong, you really need to push it. It doesn't help to get second opinions. I think all doctors respect that and are more aware of it now. So, it's really on you. You need to be the one in charge. The key to survival is at your fingertips. That's something I heard and I believe in. So start doing your self-breast exams.
I absolutely agree. Well, thank you, Barbara, for coming on. We really appreciate it. You're truly an inspiration and a great advocate. So we appreciate you taking the time to come on the show.
Thank you. I loved being here.
It was our pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
And thank you for tuning in to Northeast Current. My name is Kimberly, and stay tuned, and we'll be back after these messages.